It says I'm live. All right. Um, what's up? This is Manny with Kodoan. You can find out more about me at kodoan.com. That's Kodoan.com. I was working in my workshop. Changed things around again, but some of the stuff that I was doing, I thought somebody might be interested in it. It's flute making, which is a real niche area of woodworking, but some of the techniques might cross over. So if you're a woodworker, flute maker, or just are interested in stuff like this, go ahead and watch. I've got some fans going, air filtration, all of that. It's going to be loud. Lighting may not be the best, but you might find something useful. So the shot's just going to be of my workbench. I'm not going to be talking. I'm just going to be doing work. I may occasionally show the camera what I'm doing, but other than that, enjoy. So right now, the whole reason that I started was because I'm making these Kill Bill flutes. They call them Kill Bill flutes, but Japanese call them Yokobue, where they have this big section to the left of the embouchure hole. And the holes start out like this, but I adjust them so that they're like this, so that the blowing edge is squared off. I think you get more benefits. So there's a lot of advantages of making the embouchure hole this way. The back doesn't really need to be squared off. It's just that front blowing edge where I think it benefits from that. So I'll kind of hopefully show you how I do that. I take my favorite little knife that I made. I've said this in a previous video, but a lot of the handles on my tools are just branches. That's my favorite file for like the past 15 years, and it's just a branch out of my backyard. I had a little copper ferrule, and I put them on when the branch is green, right off. You just cut it off the tree and put it on. This one split on me, but not going anywhere. None of the branch handles will ever come off. No glue. It's just the tang is put in green. Just did this a couple days ago. I pulled out this file that I needed, I was using, and it didn't have a handle on it. In the backyard, this was actually just a shrub, and the bark of it, or the skin of it, just peeled right off. And it's not the best, but it took me, 30 seconds to make, and now I got a handle for this file. So, yeah. So this one is my favorite little knife. I made this from a broken needle file, and let my needle files go. I use needle files a lot, and when they die, when they break, I just turn them into more tools. So that's what you'll see me using a lot right here. And keep it razor sharp. Sharp as I can get it. Don't know if you guys can even see this that well, but like I said, hopefully someone might find it useful, get some inspiration for their shop, or just see something. I like to watch woodworking videos on YouTube. A lot of times they're corporate shills and check out my sponsor kind of stuff. But every once in a while you either get a good laugh at the idiots. I might be one of those idiots. Or you learn something. Sometimes both. This is a technique that I use. It's two-handed. Get really good control on it. I want to get that blowing edge as sharp as I can. Actually, not razor sharp. Just slightly dull, but pretty darn sharp. Relatively sharp. Sounds better. Let's try that. See how that sounds. be in the key of D. These will imitate a 1.8 shakuhachi, so that's where we're at. C sharp. So, let's see if I can bring you over here. That's my favorite. I have two vices. I have a twin screw moccasin that I made, and again, this took me, you know, a half hour to make. It's not very fast, but it will secure anything, even if it's not parallel. Works great, and it was like $5 in hardware and like an hour of work. And then this machinist vise, the swivel vise that I have mounted sideways, and this is extremely helpful. This is extremely useful for me. So C sharp. So almost everything is done by hand. This is too much. I have a lot of different saws. This little junior hacksaw is currently my favorite for bamboo. Working with bamboo has its problems. Sometimes it cracks. So sometimes you end up cutting too much and you gotta start over. So there's a lot of costs involved. Let's see where we're at. Just like 10 cents short. And as I drill the holes, it'll flatten out, so I'm gonna just sharpen it just barely. Anybody recognize that? If you watch Paul Sellers, you should recognize that. So, my younger days, I was a fly on the wall in different people's workshops, and that's how I picked up a lot in my early days. And I think doing this is kind of like letting people be a fly on the wall in my shop. So, first octave is good, second octave, let's see if we can improve that. Right there. These are my sanding sticks, some of them. And just put some more sandpaper on these. That's what's used to tune the inside of the bore. And I had the idea to maybe I could, for that, when I'm cleaning out these nodes inside here, on the inside, these are, in Japanese, these are called fushi. I just wish, instead of just going like this, I could just go, you know, I had more power. So I rigged this up, and it seems to work okay. Jury's still out, but initial tests, you know, I put this in the drill like that, and then I can spin it faster on the inside on these nodes. You got to be careful not to split it, but it seems to be working a little better. Back. That's the sound of my drill press. Some more work. On to the next one. I have quite a few projects. I'm contemplating offering these low cost beginner shakuhachi, ubiquitous PVC. Alright, next one. First, let's work on that embouchure. See if I can make this more visible. You guys can see that. A lot of the carving knives that I see are just way too big. For very fine detailed work. See that. Armature hole's a little more rounded. And see how that sounds. I like that. Let's try that one out. A little more square, but not much. Super square, or straight rather. sometimes all it takes is a couple seconds on the buffing wheel. Oh yeah. Edge. Just not happy with. That in there. That's better. That's the battery. Kind of like trying to make a ship in the bottle with your eyes closed. That one's a little more rounded. Try that. Roll out like that. saw will tell me when it wants a little oil. See that? Back to where we were. I'll line that up. Less American. Right on that note, I don't like that. Sometimes it happens. That's at. It's right on one of these nodes or fushi. So I like to just smooth that out. Again, even if you're not a flute maker, some of the techniques might cross over to the type of woodworking you're doing. Or if you just enjoy watching people make stuff. Some people do that. I like to make stuff, and on my free time I like watching people make stuff. So if you're like me, maybe you'll enjoy this. Brought to you by today's sponsor. Just kidding. No sponsor. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that. So where the node will interfere with possibly closing off the finger hole. Open that up a little bit. Keep going. That is a little sharp in the second octave. Some might find this tedious. If you're a Zen priest, you might use it as a form of meditation. Those who don't know, I'm a Zen priest. No, really. Took my Tokudo in September 2002. My vows. Not a Zen monk. I don't live in a monastery. But I'm a Zen priest. Wrote a book on Buddhist meditation and prayer. You can find it on my YouTube channel somewhere. Published a few books. I've written 4, published 2. Trying to get some more published. So if you want to be today's sponsor, you can buy one of my books. Or go to kodoan.com and buy one of my flutes. Sounds better. This one's got a bigger bore. This one is a more narrow bore, which is supposed to be more musical, but I just think the bigger bore just sounds better. I think it's better for meditation. That needs a lot of work. In the bore. It's working in the bore. Two. There. I don't drill all the holes out at the same time. When I make these PVC flutes, it's real easy because the bore is, identical. It's always the same, but with bamboo, the inside of the bore it's unique on each one, so it'll surprise you. You got to make adjustments accordingly. That's why I like it. It's more interesting. Technically, the PVC will be, or any kind of manufactured bore, whether it's PVC or wood or metal, there's no surprises. It's easier to make. But this is more like the swimming stone. I said that in one of my other live streams, I believe, where I talked about the swimming stone, where in the Zen garden, you usually have a pond with some koi, carp in it, which have a big association with the samurai, because you take a carp out of the water, it'll wiggle like crazy, and it will never stop wiggling until you put it down on the chopping block, and then it'll stop wiggling and lay its head down to let you chop it off, which is reminiscent of the samurai saying that make a desperate effort in all your endeavors, but bow before fate, or bow to fate. So when it's time, you go with dignity. Don't be a sore loser. Be gracious in winning and losing. So that's why the samurai like the carp or the koi. But you have a pond with koi in it, with carp supposedly. I don't have a pond with koi in it. I can't tell you firsthand, but so I've been told. They will get listless and get sick and die. But if you put a stone in the middle of the pond, the carp will be curious, the koi will be curious, and they'll swim around that stone to see what's on the other side. Keep doing that. They call that a swimming stone. So what you think is an obstacle is an opportunity to learn and get healthy and all that. So I think that's kind of the way I see the bamboo. It's my swimming stone. It's always something new on the other side. As I drill one hole, it can, sometimes it'll, because the variation in the inside of the bamboo can do weird things to the other hole, so I'll have to stop and adjust. Keep doing that. one better. You have to just say that's good enough. I make these mainly for meditation, but I still try to tune them as best they can be tuned. May need one more time. This whole one next. Let's see what we're at. So, a couple of box fans with air filters on them. Air filters are pretty good, but something gotta go from there. This may get smoky. Probably a good idea. kind of go by feel, if I haven't mentioned that already. I go by feel a lot, and sound. But the feel, there's a lot of feedback that comes back. That made an improvement. Don't make a difference. Hitler made a difference. Make an improvement. Musically, this bore, if it's tapered, going down, going from wide to narrow, is musically is the best. Like I said, there's a trade-off. I try to make these as accurate as possible musically, but I don't want to lose that bamboo essence, that spirit of the thing. I want it to be as tuned as possible without sounding dead. You know, you can use a computer to get perfect notes. It just doesn't sound whoa, crazy. It doesn't sound alive. Bamboo, and especially bamboo flutes. You know, bamboo is very much alive even after it's cut and dried. You know, like I said, I showed you, it'll crack on you. It'll move on you. Alive, not in the scientific term, but I mean it seems to have its own life. Spirit of the thing. Every once in a while I have to clean out this little box, this hako. This one was an old drawer. It was a broken desk. It still had a drawer in it. And saw that drawer and I thought that's a perfect size for my shakuhachi box, hako. And had this for 15 years. My old one, shakuhachi I'm working on. This is the one I used to use. That was like 30 years ago. So I still keep this in my portable box here. Making Yokobue right now. I'm not sure. See where we're at. Longer. The other one is technically more in tune, but I just think this one sounds better. What do you guys think? I'm gonna call that one good. me time filing. And I like to burn these ends to seal them. Keeps water from going in. It's another little trick for you. You didn't know that trick. Pencil lines disappear. Cleaning that up. Yeah, so this little recycled desk drawer turned shakuhachi aqua. Very convenient. Still use it after all these years. Every once in a while I got to empty out the collection of sawdust, but that's fine. And this is 4-aught. 4-aught. They call it AUGHT. 4-0. Steel wool. Use a collection of hand and power tools, mostly hand tools, a little bit of power tools, and it's usually called a hybrid woodworker when you use hand tools and power tools. And I also use a lot of Japanese tools and Western tools, mostly Japanese tools. Mostly hand tools, mostly Japanese tools. So I guess you could call me a hybrid worker in two different senses of the word. Hybrid of Western and Japanese tools and techniques. And a hybrid of hand and power tools. These flutes, if you put them on a metal lathe, turn them out of wood or some other material on a metal lathe, you get them extremely accurate tonally, musically. They're not going to feel alive. Like I said, that's why I like making them and playing them. Got a life to it. That is a joy. So this one's ready to go, I think. I'll throw this on the website if you guys want to buy it. It should be done by tomorrow. It should be on there by tomorrow. Maybe even by tonight. But that one, I still got some board work, and then I got all them shakuhachi to make. Got a lot of work to do. But I haven't been making a lot of videos lately, so I thought I'm gonna make some more videos. I've had people comment on some of my videos, and I can't remember exactly what the conversation was, but quite a few times I've responded with something along the lines of, I think that's what the beauty or the benefit of YouTube is that not just another form of endless doom scrolling and entertainment to take your mind off of life, but as a way of like-minded people to gather and learn new things. As a Zen priest, if you were to ask me the meaning of life, I would. While Alan Watts was fairly accurate when he said the meaning of life is just to live life. We're here. It's like a video game, you know. We're here to enjoy it. But I think if there was any meaning or purpose, I think it's to learn and to share. You know, it's like when you give a baby something really delicious like ice cream. First thing it wants to do is it wants, you know, mom or whoever to take a bite. You know, once they learn that it's delicious, they want to share it. So I don't think it's much different for the rest of us. Life is about learning and sharing. That's the purpose of life. Take that, Alan Watts. Alright, I think we're good. We're off to the races. So, if you hate this video, let me know. Let me know why you hate it. If you like this video, let me know. Maybe let me know why you like it, what you liked about it. I'll try to make more like that. If you hate this video, there's probably not much I can do, so I'm sorry. But if you like it, I can make more like this. I think I'm going to call that a day. Alright. This is Manny with Kotawan. I'm going to put my ugly face in the picture. And this has been my latest live stream. I was making this kick-ass Kill Bill flute, otherwise known as a Yokobue. If you want to buy it, it will be on kodoan.com, Kodoan.com. And catch you guys later. Bye. Let's see how do I figure out? I have no idea how to. I guess here. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. Okay. See you guys.